So today I'm switching things up a bit, and I'm going to be vlogging in between giving you the content for today, which is how much my Airbnbs made in 2022. So right now I just finished waking up. It's like 9 or so in the morning on Sunday, and just made my coffee. Gonna have a relaxing start to the morning, and then I'm gonna start pulling all the information together, and I'm gonna share with you exactly how much each of my 4 Airbnb listings made gross, how much they cost to operate, how much it costs to clean, all that good stuff. And then you'll see at the end of the day what the grand total was. Was I profitable or not? So stay tuned. I'm back. It is several hours later, and I have crunched all of the numbers for each of my Airbnb listings. I know how much they earned on a gross basis, how much my expenses were, and so what my net was, and I'm going to be sharing all of that with you. And I wanted to do this video not to brag about how much money I've made on Airbnb, but to provide useful information to you as you are potentially beginning your journey as an Airbnb host, and you want to know, what is the potential for earning on Airbnb, and what costs do you need to factor in to make sure that any Airbnb that you select to buy and launch is actually going to be profitable. So once I share the numbers with you for each of my listings, I'm then going to go over what, in my experience, has shown are the really important factors that go into making an Airbnb very profitable and be one of those top listings in your area. Let's get into it. Okay, so I've got my notes here on my phone. The first thing to mention is that of the 4 properties, they're all very different. I at first wasn't sure what to expect with that because I didn't know whether my 1 bedrooms were gonna be more popular than my 2 bedrooms, or if there was gonna be a market for my 3-bedroom apartment. And I've got some insights on each one of those that I'll share in a minute. So here's just a breakdown of my properties. The first Airbnb I launched was in June of 2022. And that is a 2-bedroom apartment in the downtown area where I live, and it is also a house hack. So I live in half of the home, and then the other apartment is for Airbnb. 2-bedroom, 2-bath. It's a really spacious apartment. It is on the 2nd and 3rd floor of my home, and so inside of it also has some stairs, which I make very plain and clear in my listing. That's the first listing that I have. The 2nd and 3rd listing, they are also a duplex. They are 2 1-bedroom, like micro apartments. I mean, if they are 400 square feet, I would be shocked. They're really, really small apartments, also in the downtown area, and they're about a 15-minute walk from where I live. And they are right next to, there's lots of new breweries, restaurants, and a revitalized area of downtown, and they are within a 2-minute walk of that area. So they are in a super awesome walkable location. And then the 4th listing is a 3-bedroom home, and this is one that I do not own, but it is one that I host. I manage it as a property manager along with my partner. We just take a percentage of the revenue that earns. So all of these are in the same town that attracts a lot of weekend tourists. They come for local wineries, they come for the antique shops that are really plentiful downtown, as well as the abundance of restaurants and breweries and other bars. One thing to mention in that is that they are not unique structures like tree houses or domes or anything like that. They're just regular homes, but I do think that they are set apart because of what I'm going to get into in the second half of the video. Let's break down the expenses by each property. So what I'm going to talk about is the gross income that was earned on both Airbnb and VRBO. I'm going to leave out the cleaning fees because That is simply a pass-through. What we charge for cleaning is exactly what we pay our cleaners. So we don't take any off the top of that. We don't see any revenue from that. It is not counted as income, nor is it counted as an expense, just to keep things simple. So the gross income, and then the expenses, which I'll get into in a second. And then once I take out the expenses, you're gonna know the total for each one of those, and I'll do that for each property. For the first property that we launched in June, that's the 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment that is part of our duplex. What we earned in the accommodation fee, so what they paid for their nightly rate, it was $24,439.79. What the platform took as part of their fee to run the system, so that's the fee that Airbnb charges, that's the fee that VRBO charges, that was $1,091.90 for a total payout. So what they paid me was $23,347.85. For that property, you have mortgage, which includes the principal, the interest, the taxes, and the insurance all in one. And since I live in half of that home, I'm only going to assign half of the mortgage to Airbnb, because then I will have paid the other half because I live here. So the total for that 6-month period, $5,629.29. Utilities and Wi-Fi, that includes electricity, water and sewage, and then Wi-Fi, that was $888.79. And then the property management fees that I paid for the software, including Guesty, Price Labs, that was $630.16. Thankfully, over this time, we paid zero in repairs because we did all of the repairs all at once in 2020. And I'm assigning just a simple cost of $100 for supplies over that time, because when I initially set it up, I bought a lot of supplies that lasted months and months. So I really haven't had to buy very much. Like here and there, I've had to buy small things. So just assigning a flat cost of $100 for supplies to account for those things. When you add up all of those expenses for that unit, you get a total of $7,248.20. When you take out that expense from what was earned, you get a grand total of $16,099.65. And that is for 6 months of being on the Airbnb and VRBO platform. And I think that's fantastic. If you average that out over 6 months, that is just over, it's between $2,000 and $3,000 a month, roughly. You know, and considering that, like, because I also live here, it's drastically reducing my housing costs. Like, I think that's super amazing. So, you know, in a whole year, I think this is definitely going to have potential to earn even more in 2023, and I'm super excited for that. All right, so let's go over the duplex. I split it in between the 2 apartments because they are listed individually. The downstairs apartment, that accommodation total was $5,026.25. The platform service fee was $241.45. leaving a total payout to me of $4,784.80. Now, the expenses for that, because it is a duplex, I'm only assigning 50% to that unit and then 50% to the other unit. For that unit, and remember, this only went live in October, so October, November, December, it only had 3 months mortgage and other fees. For the mortgage, that was $2,069.11. The utilities and Wi-Fi, which again include electricity, water, and Wi-Fi, was $284.71. Property management software was $315.08. Now, we had a couple of really big repairs for that house, and I split those in half to distribute it evenly because it was essentially for the entire home. That was $955. And then again, just assigning a flat supply cost of $100 because I bought most of the supplies at the very beginning and really didn't need to buy anything except for a couple of small things. So the cost to run that unit is $3,723.90. Now, for the other half of that duplex, that earned a little bit less in the accommodation fee, and that's because that unit had to be closed for about a week or so because we had some issues, part of which we had to pay for the repair for. So that earned $4,022.80, and the platform service fee was $162.08 for a total payout to me $3,860.72. So you take out the mortgage, which is $2,069.12, the utilities and Wi-Fi at $284.71, the property management software at $315.08, and then the repairs of $955, supplies at $100. The total to run that was $3,723.91. So that earned a profit of $136.81. Again, that earned very little because it was down for about a week and then it had some unexpected, really expensive repairs. So that's it. That's how much my properties that I own earned. Again, they were for the 2-bedroom, $16,099.65. For the downstairs apartment of the duplex, it was $1,060.90, and for the upstairs apartment of the duplex, it was $136.81. Not too shabby. I was profitable across all three that I own, and for the fourth, since I don't own that, like I don't pay any of the bills or anything like that, I think it didn't make a ton of sense for me to include it in this video because I just don't have access to those financials. So that's why I'm only talking about these three. Now let's transition into what goes into making an Airbnb or other short-term rental profitable. One of the first things that I think is incredibly important that people overlook is the decor. You have to have a cohesive color palette, a main color and an accent color and something neutral that kind of ties everything together. You also have to have a defined style. A number of our units are in the boho chic style, so that means you've got lots of natural types of textures, things like jute rugs and woven baskets. You also have things like wood in a lot of the furniture and the accessories on the wall, plants everywhere, decor that is, also like those natural sort of elements. Like we have a set of like chains and they're like that thick sort of wood that you can get at Home Goods. So having a cohesive design, I think, is the most important factor in ensuring that you have a very profitable Airbnb. The second is the kind of amenities that you offer and making sure that you are able to attract a really wide audience of potential guests. So for us, what works really well is we allow pets, up to 2 pets, and we do charge a per stay fee for 2 pets that are house trained dogs. We also offer pet related amenities. We have a dog bed for a large dog and one for a small dog, and we have food and water bowls. Just making the pet feel welcome, I think, has been a really good strategy, and I would say about 1/3 to half of our guests bring a pet, and I know that we are one of very few places that allow pets, which I think helps contribute to the popularity of our units. Pet amenities, I think, is a big one. Having dedicated workspace is another. Wherever you can, have a desk and a chair and a light, because nowadays people working remotely, they're going to want and need to be able to work. You're also going to need really fast and great Wi-Fi available so that they can not only work, but use all of their streaming devices with ease. Another thing that is really important that many hosts can overlook is having a fully stocked kitchen and having things so that people can not only cook a full meal, they could bake if they wanted to, and having high quality kitchen items is really key. If any of your kitchen items are low quality and they break or they just don't work well for a guest, trust me, that is going to show up in your reviews. Make the investment, get really high quality items. You can get great stuff at Costco, even at Home Goods. I just wouldn't go super cheap and get these on Amazon because they will break or they just won't work very well. So to recap, so far we've said decor is incredibly important, and then those key amenities are really, really important. Third thing that's really hard to quantify or define is, but like, you just have to be a great host. You have to have your automated messages set up and communicate the right information at the right time to your guests. Be very responsive. Make sure that when guests reach out to you, you are responding to them within seconds, because that really matters to guests. Like they know when their host is really attentive and is meeting their needs, and they will include that. They will reflect that that in the reviews. So those to me are the things that really, really stand out in terms of making sure that a place is profitable. And it goes without saying, but I will say it, that like having great photography for your place, once it is decorated really well, that goes a long way, because essentially like we're just in the business of selling JPEGs, right? What customers see, what potential guests see are the photos of your home. If the decor isn't right in those photos, and if the quality of the photos is really poor, they're gonna skip over you. Do not cheap out when it comes to getting great photography. So that's really it. I mean, now you know how much my listings have made on Airbnb. You know that they've all been profitable. You know why they have been profitable. And I think, you know, from now on, like the sky is the limit. We have a whole year now to have these listings be up, and I can't wait to revisit this same topic a year from now to see, you know, how our income has grown for our properties. Well, I hope that you liked this video. I hope that you found it helpful. Please let me know if there's anything else that you would like to know about growing your wealth through short-term rentals and anything about running an Airbnb. Thank you so much for stopping by. Bye-bye.